Hi and welcome to this Lead Finder local introductory video. And in this video I just want to cover the basics of installing your application and how to get up and running and how to use the thing. The whole idea is I just want to get you running and working with the application as soon as possible. So basically you will have downloaded your setup.exe file. I've got it here on my desktop. So I'm just going to run that by double clicking it. And this will install the program. So simply follow the prompts. And as you can see, depending on the operating system and your PC setup, you might get a Windows protects your PC message. Some will just say carry on, there'll be a button to say continue, or in this case you need to go to more info, and it tells you what it is. So it says unknown publisher, but it's whatever the setup.exe is. It won't be the exact same name as this, but it will be setup probably lfl.exe or something similar here, or your particular version. And be assured it's 100% safe. We always check everything. It's all completely malware free. It's absolutely perfectly safe for your computer and for you to install. So I'm going to run that anyway. And then we can just continue and follow all the prompts to install the program. I tend to leave it ticked to say create a desktop shortcut because that's quite convenient. And you can obviously change these defaults if you want, but just installing the default is usually the best thing to do. Okay, so all done, and it's checked there to say launch Lead Finder local. So I'll say yep, because I want to do that, so I finish, and it'll launch the program automatically for me. On the first time you come in, and it'll be remembered, you'll need to put in a username and password. Okay, well, as I said, that will be remembered now. So you won't have to do that once you've done it the first time. That'll be great. And then basically we're good to go. So you get given a simple startup window, if you like, and all it's asking you for is basically a search for any new project, and we can select a country and region. We can then add a locality if we want to narrow that down, and a query which we'll look at in just a moment. So let me just select the country and region. So we've got 30 countries in here. I'm going to stick with the United States for the moment, and I'm going to select a region of CA, so it'll be California. And obviously if I change the countries on this side, it'll change the regions here. So we've got the UK cities, etc. So it'll depend on your country to what you get, obviously. So as I said, I'm going to stick to United States of America and California and accept that. And as you see, it just puts a CA in there for us in the United States of America. And now I just need to put a query in now. In this particular one, I'm going to look for chiropractors. So I'm just going to put chiropractor in there and click search. And off it goes. And as you can see, immediately we get, in this case, 48 results back. Okay, so this is chiropractors in California, and as you can see there's actually a total of 23,000 results, and it's just displayed the first 48. Now we've got a grid up here, and I can expand this grid and do whatever I want to make it nice and easy to read for me. And you'll see it's got a bunch of particular information in here. It's kind of got the name and address, the region, locality, zip codes, telephone number, website, and I'll have the email address in there as well. Once we got to this point, I have got a paging option here which says next 50. So as I said, we've only got 48 results of the 23,000, and I can click the next 50, and you'll see it'll add another 50 in there, and another 50, there we are, another 50, I've got another 200 results now, and I can do that up to a maximum of 500 results on one grid. Now as I just scroll down now, as I say, you can see we've got all the various bits of information in here for these nearly 200 results. I just want to talk a little bit about the grid itself and how we can kind of manipulate that. As I said, if we look at this, we've got 198 results of 23,000 odd. Now, obviously, 198 is not many of that 23,000. That's just a tip of the iceberg, as it were. So there's a couple of ways we can manipulate the grid to look at things better. We can use filters, which we can see up here. We've got business, address, region, locality, zip code, telephone number. These are all filters. And I can literally type in here anything I like. So if I want to filter on the business, I can literally just type in that box. So I just type in S, and I get all the ones beginning with S. I've got an SA. It gives me all the ones beginning with SA. So obviously now I've got Sam's, San Diego Animal, Sacramento Chiropractor. So, you know, it filters down what's in the list. So I've still got 198 results of those 23,000 and changed the size of the list of just what I can see in it. And again, you can use any of these filters. So I'm going to remove that filter. Now what we've got here is locality and the zip code. So if I just put a few more pages in here of these results and kind of, let's just stick 400, 450 in there just so I can see what's going on a bit better from the searching. And I can use this filter to filter out automatically locality and zip code. So let's say, for instance, we want to look at all the chiropractors in Long Beach. I can just click Long Beach. Again, I can add that to the filter. So let me just add that to the filter. It does it automatically. In fact, there's only 2 of those 448 results actually in Long Beach. So I can click on Long Beach again. I can remove it from the filter and I get my 448 back. But obviously there's likely to be more in the 23,000, not just in the 448 in Long Beach. So if I click Long Beach again, I can add Long Beach in this case to locality. In this case, it does a new search. And you can see what we've got now is actually 229 chiropractors in Long Beach. Now, I've only got 50 results. Of course, I can just step here and get all the results I want to, get all those 229 results. There we go, 229 of 229 results. So, you know, now I've got all those there. In fact, I could thin those down. 229, that's probably a lot to, if I was going to go visiting these people, for instance, that would be a lot to meet in one day. So maybe I could take a postcode. So let's take this 90802 postcode and let's add that to a query. And it'll requery again. And I've now got chiropractor 9082, and this time I've got 22 results, much more realistic. So there we are, 22 chiropractors, all in the same postcode, very easy for visiting. You know, got all your telephone numbers here and the website addresses, and many of these will have email addresses in here as well, but you can also go to the website, etc., and find them. So you've got all the information you need to, you know, really hit a small area, if you like. So while we just stick to looking at the way searches work, we can actually go up here and we can change the search completely. So I've got the current search up here. If I just click on that, and it brings us back to the search form, and I can change this. So I could just take Long Beach out of the locality if I wanted, for instance, and take that out of there, go back to just chiropractor. And if I search again, of course, it'll just go back to why did my original search, in fact, but I could add anything here I wanted. So if I look, for instance, at, let's just look at the search at the moment. And for instance, I notice we've got the 714 dialing code there. So let's just take that 714. And by the way, if you want to copy anything from here that's not highlighted in the blue, if you just click blue links, will open up the operations for you. But if you want to just copy something, you can literally just highlight and press Control-C and it will copy that onto the clipboard for you. I'm just going to copy this 714. And I'm going to Control-C, so I've copied that one up. And I'll go back to my search. I'm going to edit my search by adding in that 714. And let's just see what we get now if I search. So what that's done, basically, is searching for chiropractor and everything with 714 in it. And by that, you'll see we've got the 714 dialing codes. So everywhere it's got the 714 dialing code, I've now got in there. It's also got in those that are at 714 for a number of the actual street they're in as well. So basically anything that has 714 in it. So basically you can use this to search for the whole of the information for any kind of piece of information that you want, or piece of filter or focus that you want to be able to find anything you want. So it's very, very versatile as far as searching is concerned. So let's just go back to here for one more time. And the only other thing we have to show on here on the search side really is the export, and everything that's in this grid I can actually click the export and it will go off and allow me to save that off, and I can rename that to whatever I want, and I can save off that as an Excel spreadsheet, or obviously it's a CSV file so you can open it up in Excel or any other spreadsheet that you use. But what I want to do is go a bit deeper into these. Let's go and do a new search actually. This time I'm going to select United States. I'm going to stick in California. And let's try, for instance, nail bar. And let's find some nail bars in California. Okay, so we've got 167 nail bars in California. That's great. We'll take a look at one of these. So I'll take the Isabella nail bar as an example. This is in 1962 Mountain Boulevard, Oakland. And now once we've selected on here, we can click more info and it'll do a nice drill down into that and get some more information about us. Okay, so here we've got again the full address and everything that we had before. And we've got a telephone number. We can click straight from here on a mobile phone. That'll dial straight out to that number. We have the email address here to contact the customer. And of course, we've got the web address. And down here, it tells you some things like they've got the Google My Business. Yes, it's got a Google My Business entry. It's saying it's not claimed. So that's something that's probably can be done. And it doesn't seem to have a Facebook and Twitter account matching. So we've got to search to that, and we've got to check My Business, which we'll look at in just a moment. So let's just have a look at the Google My Business. So if we Google My Business, it'll take us straight to the business, and there it is, Isabella Nail Bar, and it's all registered, so we know that it's in Google, and everything's all okay there. And we can check the address, telephone number, and everything, make sure everything's tying up. And also we get lots of other things here. We get Google reviews, useful to see whether they've got some good reviews. If they haven't, obviously that's another thing or something that you can actually address with them. It's another foot into the door. It's information you know about that company. So let's just go back again and see what else we've got. As I said, it's got a Google My Business, but it says it's not claimed. So this is an important, again, another foot in the door option, another service you can offer. So we've got the 1962 Mountain Boulevard, that's it, Isabella Nail Bar, and I click on that, and there we are. To manage this business, you need to verify the information. So you can claim this on behalf of the owner. There's a process to go through, which is all documented, of course. That's just very quickly looking at that. Now you notice it comes on a map, and if I just pull the map down slightly, you can see it tells us exactly where it is on the map. And in fact, I can go and take a look at this. I can drag my little peg man over and drop it in there. And if I just open this up so you can see a bigger screen, in fact, here we are right inside the nail bar in this particular case. So it's kind of a street view, but they've obviously got the inside, and there we are, so we can actually see inside the business. Pretty cool in this particular case. Now, not all businesses have this 3D inside view. Again, it's a service that you can offer to customers. It's completely available via Google itself. So this, again, offering this kind of service to your business is a great way of giving your customers exactly what they want. Okay, let me just go back. Just go back to the map there. And I can do a lot of other things as well now. So beyond this one, I can now go and check the business. If I decide this is a business that looks like it needs my attention, looks like it could be a possible customer, and let's go and do some extra research so that I can get some collateral to get my foot in the door. And this takes us to the Lead Finder Local External Reporter, and I can look at all sorts of things. I can analyze the website itself, so I just do a click now. And it goes to the website to analyze it. It's isabellanailbar.com. And in actual fact, it actually says this domain name is suspended. So I can already see there's a problem with this particular website. It's got suspended, so I don't know why that's suspended, but obviously there's an issue. So again, this is more collateral to take there to the customer. Let's go back and see what else is going on then. So as you can see, we can run a Google mobile friendly test, but of course the website's not working, so there's no point me doing that on here. We can run a site speed test. We can view it on other mobile devices and see what that looks like. We can even check the who is. If we're trying to find an owner or something, we can go to the who is database and check the information on that. And of course, we can also go to LinkedIn, try and find customer names, etc. It gives us more personal information to contact that customer. It gets us on the good side of the customer, sets us above other people that are trying to offer services, and helps you again get that foot in the door. And also we can analyze the directories using, in this case, Moz and Yext. So if you've got a US listing, let's have a look at Moz, for instance. And there we are. So we just select one of the listings off us here, and it'll run an analysis on that. And when that comes up, we can find all the various sources that it is registered in. So we've now got the Google Plus account, we've got the Facebook that we can jump directly to. We have Foursquare and various other networks. And there may be some issues there. We can check and see what's incomplete. We can see what's inconsistent. And we could check for duplicates. In this case, it all seems to be okay. And what we can also do, it helps us look at reviews. So we can look at the reviews here, and we can see what's been going on. Worst pedicure ever, literally complete waste of £30. This is overdue last year, a month on Wednesday. I decided to go. I'm not quite sure what that says, but there's a bad review there. Some of it's a good reviews. Some of it looks to be quite old as well. So again, it obviously wants reviews sorting out. So again, another foot in the door, another reason for them to take on your services. And let's just go and have a quick look at the final one. We've got to analyze your directory listings with Yext. Now these directory listings will vary from country to country. Some, not all countries are supported, but these are the main ones that we're just looking at. And again, we can see Yext has a huge list of business directories that you should be listed in or can be listed in, and it'll tell you where they are, what your listings is, what's missing, and what's in error, etc., and all things that need fixing. So again, these is a report you can give to your customer, and in fact, a report that you can follow and fix those problems for them. Okay, so we are at the polished nail bar, so let's just go and do a little bit of investigation on this one. So we're going to check my business again. And the first thing I'm going to check on this one is to just do a quick web page analysis. We'll see what that looks like. And you can see the page displayed here on the screen, and it starts to build a report for us. And if we look down here, it gives us, says we've got 16 improvements recommended. So I won't go through everything in detail, but the SEO could be better. There's a whole load of graphs and information about what's right and wrong with the site as we go down through it. And right at the bottom, more importantly, it gives you the actual things that are recommended for improvement. So again, it gives you a complete guide as to what needs doing to that site or what services need applying to that customer. Okay, let me just go back once more. And this time, I'm going to go down here to find to the Who Is details. Right click and paste your name in there. It's already on the clipboard ready for you. Let's just look that one up. And here we get the information, and here we can get the name of the person. We've got the organization, Polished Nail Bar. We've got the address. So this actually address looks like it's pointing to a kind of main company address somewhere else away from the actual site, and the telephone number. So we've got additional contact details here. So let's just take the name off of there for the moment, and let's go back to our Lead Finder local external report. And if I shoot down here, I can go to LinkedIn and see it brings up the Polished Nail Bar, and we can see down here, it looks like we have owner of the Polished Nail Bar here. Now with that one, we can just have a look at that. And you see we don't actually get a name or anything with that one, but it's owner in the Great Milwaukee. So it's the same address we were looking at in the Who Is. And we can actually qualify that now, because I can go up here and I can research that if I just put the name in and the business in. And search for that, it should bring up, there we are. So it's brought it up completely, and now if I click that one, I have the full profile and bio of this Entessa Hamdan as the owner of the Polished Nail Bar. So now you kind of have a personal contact. You've got the boss there, so you got exactly where they are, what they're doing, you know everything about them that you need to know, plus everything you need to know about their business. And when you present yourself to that business in an email, in a telephone call, or even at the front door, this is going to make a huge difference to your conversions. This is really going to get your foot in the door, and it's going to get you business.